And this is what it reads. Dad, you are a king, a fighter, man number one supporter and advisor. Hi Dad, hope you're well. I just keep missing your vibes each and every day, but all is well. Just wanted to tell you thank you for supporting me every step, the way to tell you just how much I love you and I'm truly grateful. Yours, daughter of heaven, Sharon. That's my daughter. So I thought I would share that because it will resonate clearly with what we are going to go through in my story. And I know we are pressured about time, but I will mention this. That when I was being invited to say something, my mind was not basically thinking of my life. I thought of bringing out issues to do with my home country that would come now together with my culture and all that. But Manny told me, hang on, Jesse, the idea you have is good, but this time the topic is my story. And honestly speaking, giving out your personal story is not easy. It can end up, you have to balance it out very, very, very clearly, because you can either write through emotional, you can even write out of reality, but thankfully, my story, it is not easy to write it by yourself. So I thought at one point, what would I say? What would I write? And then, hang on, I said, let me take my time and write about myself. So you'll forgive me because my language may not be Canadian English, but somehow you'll understand my language because it is English. I always like saying that because maybe Carol, who is also a Kenyan here, may also know that English is not really our first language. We have a reputation as one of the Kenya's agricultural heartlands. Tea and coffee plantations dominate much of our rural scenery, while urban centers like Thika, Ruiru, and Kiambu town reflect the country's rapid growth and urbanization. Growing up with limited means instilled me a deep sense of humility and determination. These humble upbringings have not only shaped my values, but have also transformed my worldview, teaching me to appreciate life's simple blessings, empathize with others, and remain grounded no matter how far I rise. My journey from grass to grace has been marked by challenges, but each step has strengthened my character and fueled my desire to make an impactful, meaningful life. So that is a guy. That is a guy. That is a guy. And that is a guy. And now comes the mix of my language. Because I was thinking in Kikuyu and putting this in English, Kikuyu is my language, my first language. So the translation, I will not read it in Kikuyu, but because you will not get a feel of it. But the truth is, a Kikuyu does not curse hunger, he endures it. That is one of our traditional sayings. So I have tried to mix this with my way of presenting this. I also see that a journey is made by a willing sacrifice. Kindness demanded that I give back. Over the years, I have organized and participated in numerous charity initiatives, school drives, health campaigns, and community outreach events. Each act of service is my way of paying forward the grace I was shown as a child. And just before I just digress, when I was in the University of Nairobi, I became one of the student leaders. So, just as a by the way. So, all that were just helping me to become who I am today. So each act of service is my way of paying forward the grace I was shown as a child. Looking back, my journey reads a long climb from barefoot beginnings to academic halls, from silent prayers to public service. And though the road was never been smooth, every stone has taught me something. Every hardship forged in me a quiet strength. Actually, for me, I counted every stumbling block as an opportunity as a stepping stone to move to another level. So, ladies and gentlemen, every hardship forged in me a quiet strength. I remained deeply committed in my belief that with resilience, compassion, and unity, we all help shape a better Kenya, alive, one community, and one kind act of kindness at a time. So, this guy, that is back in 1994, on 23rd of November, he received one of the presents. He was good in academics in school. So this is the headmaster, and this is my mom. You can see the type of shoes she was wearing. She came, and I was being presented a gift as one of the best students. Again, this was also another photo. It's presented a gift again as one of our best, I was thinking mathematics. I was good in numbers. I don't know whether those numbers still are there. But again, that was in 1998 when I graduated with my first degree in Bachelor's of Education in Accounting and Mathematics. The graduation is something that people had not seen in my place, and therefore that is my dad, that is my mom celebrating with me, that is my grandfather with his good number of, and those are my good friends back those days when we were celebrating our graduation. So in Kenyan culture, the uncles, the aunties, the cousins, and grandparents are not just relatives, they are second parents. My mother's sisters were constant fixtures in our lives, bringing laughter, advice, and comfort when, of course, things got tough. One Christmas, I remember vividly, my uncle gifted me with a red t-shirt. It was a bright, bold, and beautiful, my most prized possession. I wore it until fabric thinned and color faded. Whenever my mother told me to put it away for washing, I would cry, terrified that it might never come back the same way. So today I can afford to gift so many shirts to many people. So yeah. So this is my grandmother. She's still alive. And just before I came into Canada, I visited her. This was one of the last photos that I got with her. Yeah, she's about close to 90 years. May God continue granting her with good life. And by the way, in Kenyan culture, I know money was not very much ready for me to digress these, but I'll digress. In Kenyan culture, we are gifted. We are gifted. This great mother here, this my grandmother, was gifted with 11 beautiful children, my uncles and my aunties, and she's still surviving. She's still strong. She's gifted. So unlike us, and unlike our Canadian people here, where when you have 3, you are rich. Back home, when you get a team of football. So of course, that is my only sister over there. Oh, I needed to do this. That is my only sister. That is my mom, and that is my auntie. So this is my small family. That is my mother, my dad, who is about 74 years. This is my last Babino, the acting last born. This is my wife. This is the daughter of heaven who wrote that letter. And this is our firstborn, who is now again in the University of Nairobi. Wow. And that is the guy who is speaking to you today. So yeah, so these are just some happy moments. Of course, this is my daughter, my firstborn daughter. And of course, that is a guy. This is a photo that we share. And this is the extended family. As I say, For us, we value coming together, we value bringing people together, and of course, the other, of course, is history. So, how did I meet my wife, or rather, how I met your mother? This is interesting. It must be interesting. So, as I said, I met my wife in the university days. She was a student, although she was behind me in 1 year. And the fate would have it, we lived in the same neighborhood. Now I wish I could say it was love at first sight, but honestly, it was more like a polite, no thank you. Every time it was no thank you from her side for quite a while. And this is a guy, he's now a lecturer in one of the universities of Nairobi. He was helping me to get her. So yeah, the rest, of course, as we say, is a story. As you know, in Kenya, we don't have the buffet of food options that we enjoy here in Canada. Canada is good, man. Canada, you eat what you want, you eat from anywhere. But in Kenya, our staple food is ugali. And what is ugali? Ugali is a thick, firm porridge made from maize flour or corn flour. It is basically corn flour that's been stirred like it owes you money. We eat it every single day, usually with sukuma wiki. Sukuma wiki is kales or collard greens. We have them here. I always go to, remind me that supermarket that you go buying these kales. Not food basics. Food basics are quite pricey. So we go to Canadian store. That's where we get them. So yeah. So so this was interesting. But anyway, but if the gods are smiling in us, maybe a little meat or stew on the side would make it more delicious. So we grew up on ugali, cut our teeth on it, quite literally. And if you can stay a pot of ugali properly, I'm telling you, you do it properly, then of course, my good friends, you have earned a place in a Kenyan kitchen. So, and honestly, we do not need, or rather we don't need fancy dishes. Just give us a hot ugali, something green, and a bit of soup. And we clean the plate with our fingers and ask for more. Ugali is not just food in Kenya, it's just a lifestyle. In Canada, you check the forecast just to find out if your face might freeze out. Having said that, the country has been incredibly welcome. The people have been great. There has been a lot of good moments. The people here are some of the kindest I've ever met. Polite, always ready to say a word sorry, even when you bump onto them. It's almost confusing at times, but deeply heartwarming. After settling in, of course, after staying in Montreal for like 3 months, I later moved to Brockville, this place. And my first place to arrive was Education Center, where I received amazing support from this team. They did not just help me with paperwork, they made me feel like I truly belong. For learning about job opportunities, to figuring out how to navigate this new chapter of life, they were at every step on our way, asking us even whether we have boots in preparation for the winter. Canadian is beautiful. It is quiet and clean. Oh, of course, this, I don't know how to pronounce it, but I will use my language. The squirrels look like they have a gym membership. There are so many. And even the snow has manners. Adjusting has had its funny moments, like wearing, I just got embarrassed writing 10, so I said 5 layers. But recently I had to wear 10 layers just to take out of the trash. But I'm loving the experience and learning every day. So I just got some few pictures of me living in Canada and adjusting to my new environment. I may still be learning how to shovel snow like a pro, but I already feel right at home. So yeah, so back in Montreal, I used to go to this church, Bethel Baptist Church. I tried.